What's up? We're going to take a look at Bussification by PerforModule, which is a collection of audio effect racks for aux tracks, group tracks, your main channel. Very meticulously put together. When you open the pack, it will install into your library, and you've got the aux effects, the drum effects, the instruments, and the main bus effects. And you'll see this lesson open up, and it gives you a lot of detail about each one of these racks and what they're useful for and how they work, and finally what all the parameters do. And it should be noted too that the documentation is very thorough. It shows you all the technical stuff about what tones are getting cut and what the signal flow is and how you can use these in your mixes, as well as what all these macros do. So very handy to refer to that. Let me play the track that I have here that is fairly mixed. It's got a little work to be done, and we're going to use Bussification and bring it home.
Are you gonna free my soul tonight?
It's a kind of rock band type song. Let's start with the drums. And I've got the drum kit Bussification right here. And we're going to try turning up this juice a little bit. And this is going to use our EQ and compressor to give us some extra tone. We've got a tilt so we can get more of the low end or more of the high end. Let's do a little saturation. You can hear the snare kind of sizzles a little more now. And the more you raise these controls, the more they all affect each other. You really hear that tone movement. I like a darker drum sound, I think. Let me bring up a little highs over here. Let's try a level, mate. We can see this controls your final output level, not just by output gain, but it also combines internal gain staging and compression for a sophisticated automatable fader suited for reducing or increasing intensity in arrangements. This could be nice for maybe like bringing up the drums at certain parts of the song. I've got a tambourine track coming up here at the end here, and we're going to turn on our group here, and I just want to maybe highlight some of those higher frequencies. A little saturation to bring that out. Real subtle stuff here so we can hear it in context with the drums. Just a little extra energy there. I'll start this track over and let's listen to the bass. This is a direct bass going through an amplitude. And already you can hear just a little extra bottom end to that. I'm going to turn the juice up on this a little bit here. And that's nice. It's giving me a little more power in the bass. It should be noted that if you're using a push 3, you've got control over the XY pads here, so you can do some kind of nice shaping just by using push. All these racks are ready to go with that. And I like the way it's sitting right there. Totten constricts low and high pass filters inwards to bring the juice up around the centered tone. Just a little saturation and maybe a little level. And we'll hear that in context with our drums. That's very nice. A little extra power in the bass there. On to the electrics. This is a bunch of electric guitars all grouped together. We got about 3 of them, it looks like. Let's see what this does for us. Add a little juice. It's kind of giving me a little separation between those guitars, actually. And again, in context with everything else. Got an acoustic guitar, very low, but it could use a little, just to stick out of the mix a little bit. I'm really emphasizing the high frequencies on this. It's a thin sound, but I'm hoping to just make it cut through with everything else. I can really hear it now, so maybe we can dial that back a little bit. I'm using this acoustic almost more for percussion than anything else. Texture. Probably bring my tambourine down a little after all that. And finally, let's take a look at the vocals.
I
got a number of vocal tracks going on here. Looks like a double. Bring in the Larynxia, I believe it's called. We can always go back to our lessons to learn more about these. So let's see what we can do with this. A little saturation maybe. A little extra growl in those voices. You always get like a telephone sound when we pull it up real high. Let's see how that's sitting in the mix. Pull it out. Nice. Just pulls them up a bit. Got a little bit of a mix going here now. I've got an aux bus space that I want to play around with. So let's turn on this aux bus space. And I've got some of my drums going through it. Snare drum. And we also got a dirt track. So let's hear what that sounds like on the snare. Bring up some input on that. Yeah, a little extra growl in there. During this little solo part, I brought in the reverb, the room space here on these vocals that are just sort of singing along. Very cool. Let's have a look now at the main channel effects. So we've got a vinyl record. I'm going to start with that here. Start right from the beginning again. Got some nice macro presets. So this is Factory Fresh. And we're getting like worse and worse. That's kind of distorted now. It doesn't sound too good. But here, nice and fresh. Let's try the cassette tape. Start with excellent quality. Higher fidelity. Average. So we got lots of hiss now. No fidelity. I'm going to go with high fidelity, I think. Like that. Turn that up. All right, so now we're going to check out the CD. We get to choose the fundamental pitch of the song, so this will kind of balance and tune us to the key of our song. And I'm in C sharp. See what these controls will do. A little bit of power now. There's a power control. That power. Little mids, let's say. Some guts, which are sub-fundamental. D harsh. I always find my mixes get a little harsh, so I appreciate a D harsh. And I can hear now cutting some of those like biting frequencies out of here. Just a little bit of that. I do like a little bit of a limit pushing. Some extra volume. We're just now engaging our limiter. I'm liking this main bus CD a lot. Let's turn it off. Turn it back on. There's a fullness that happens there. It's really nice. All right, so this is kind of the moment of truth here. I've mapped every single power button for all these bussification devices to a key on my keyboard, so I can just press it and toggle them all on and off at once. So let's listen to the track from the top without any bussification. Now I'm going to turn it on. I definitely like that better. Off. Happening on a master here. We're getting some more level, but it's a little more consistent. Everything's kind of pulled together nicely when I turn this on. Let's go to the breakdown. Turn it off. Let's do that transition again now with it on. Pull down my acoustic a little bit. I was having trouble hearing that before, but now it's really done pretty nicely. So that's bussification. It's really powerful and really easy to use. You don't have to think too hard about what's going on inside, and there's a lot going on in here when you start opening these things up. Plenty of subtle things that have been carefully crafted by none other than PerforModule, who I trust to edit my podcast and make it sound great. So he knows what he's doing, and I think the proof is in the pudding in the way this mix sounds now. So check out Bussification by PerforModule. Enjoy.